Pythagoras' theorem, example 3. The area of a square A is 23 centimeters squared, and the area of square C is 35 centimeters squared. Find the area of square B. So the area of square A, so this brown square, is 23 centimeters squared. And the area of the square called C, the green square, is 35 centimeters squared. We want to find the area of square B. So I have highlighted them in yellow, green, and blue to make it stand out. So the area of square C is equal to the area of square B plus the area of square A. So the area of square C is 35. It's centimeters squared, but you don't need the centimeter squared for now. The area of square B, I'm going to call X because that's what we're trying to find. And the area of square A is 23. So if I'm going to solve for X, get the X on its own, I'm going to bring the 23 over the equal sign to become minus 23, and 35 minus 23 is 12. So the area of square A is 12 centimeters squared. So the area of square B is 12 centimeters squared, because the area of square A plus the area of square B is equal to the area of square C. So let's just check if that's right. So I've drawn out the square here, square A, and I'm saying that it's 23 centimeters squared. So that was given in the question. We know that the area of a square is the length times the width. So the length times the width is 23. So the length times the length is 23, because in a square, the length and the width are the same size. So the length squared is equal to 23. So the length is equal to the square root of 23. So the length is equal to 4.7958 centimeters, which I'm going to round off to 4.8 centimeters. So this line here in red, which is the length of one of the sides of square A, and it also happens to be the height of the triangle, is 4.8 centimeters. So we're going to go again now with square C. So I've highlighted that in blue. So we're told in the question the area is 35 centimeters squared. In the same way, we know that the length times the width is 35. And since it's a square, it's going to be length times length, because the length and the width are the same. So length times length is 35. So length squared is 35. So the length is equal to the square root of 35. So the length is equal to 5.9160, which is approximately equal to 5.9 centimeters. So the length of this, or the side of the square, square C, the blue square, is 5.9 centimeters. And it also happens to be the hypotenuse of the triangle. So that line there in red is 5.9 centimeters. So it's the length of the square C, so the side, but it's also the hypotenuse of the triangle. So I've just drawn out the triangle here separately. So we know that the height is 4.8 centimeters and the hypotenuse is 5.9 centimeters. So we want to try and find the base, which I'm going to label as X. And it's also the length of square B. So I'm labeling A, B, and C. C must be the longest side for Pythagoras' theorem. I write out the formula of Pythagoras' theorem, and then I'm going to sub into my formula. So C squared will become 5.9 squared. A squared will be X squared, and B squared will be 4.8 squared. So I have 5.9 squared is equal to X squared plus 4.8 squared. 5.9 squared is 34.81. X squared stays as it is, and 4.8 squared is 23.04. I want to solve for X, get the X on its own, so I'm going to bring the 23.04 over the equal sign, and it will become minus 23.04. So 34.81 minus 23.04 is equal to 11.77 X squared. And then solving for X, the squared is going to come over and become the square root. So the square root of 11.77 is 3.4307, which is approximately 3.4 centimeters. So I reckon that the length of square B is 3.4 centimeters. and it's also the base of my triangle. So I reckon that red line there is 3.4 centimeters. So if it is 3.4 centimeters, if the length of square B is 3.4 centimeters, then the height is also 3.4 centimeters, or the width is also 3.4 centimeters, because with a square, the length and the width is the same. And we know the area of a square is length times width. So it's going to be 3.4 times 3.4, which is 11.56 centimeters squared. So using method 2, we are working out that the area of square B is 11.56 centimeters squared. Therefore, the area of square B is 11.56 centimeters squared. There's a slight difference due to rounding. So we got the area in method 1, which was much quicker, to be 12 centimeters squared, and in method 2 we got 11.56 centimeters squared. So there's a slight difference because we had to round off each of these values. So it's two ways to solve the same question. The first way is obviously much quicker, but it's important to know both methods.